Welcome, gorgeous souls and hearts. This is another episode of Heart and Soul, and today we share about the golden future, about the fifth dimensional living, about the amazing energies coming our way. And yes, you might be wondering, about one dimension, a dot, 2 dimension, a line, 3 dimension, the room. How does it work with fifth dimension? It's not a mathematical fifth dimension. It's more like a heart, soul opening, kindness, loving, compassionate way of living. And today, Janet and I will share our insights and how we learned about that and what we take from it and how we prepare for the golden future in our everyday life. So tune in, enjoy. If ever you have any questions, reach out to us, leave a comment. Contact Janet at janetgroom.com or write to myself, Caroline at carolinepalmy.com. We're always here for you. And remember, we are all in this together. You are not alone. We are all preparing for that golden future together. And the more we shine, each of us, the more Earth will be ready and shining. So, welcome, Janet, gorgeous soul.
Oh, morning, Caroline. Yes, it is, and this is such an exciting topic to talk about because it is about the future. I'll always sort of say live in the moment and be mindful and be in the present. I think this is important, as you say, we're preparing and we need to prepare ourselves for the shifts that are going on in the world right now. Um, it's a very important stage in the Earth's existence, and it's an exciting time for us if you're attuned to it, if you're aligned with it. You're seeing shifts and things, and we're really feeling that things are going on. And I like in Diana Cooper's book where she talks about the golden future. I think Caroline's got it there, the golden future. And she talks about it, how the planet is sort of, the Earth is changing. And this shift has started from 2012. This started this awakening and will continue to 2032. So we're in the middle of it now. We're getting closer to the end. And I think we're sort of feeling that there's a lot more changes. But I liked how she described it, as I have to say, when you change your kitchen and it's all been ripped out and you've got all of that chaos and mess as they're doing the work. And it feels like, what have we done? Is this the right thing? And, and you sort of hit that stage where it's that messy stage. And then when you walk in and you've got your lovely new kitchen, it's like, wow, it was worth it. And it sort of feels like, I think that explains it in a really good way. What about you, Caroline? What is your...
Definitely. I mean, it feels like an upheaval of so many things and things we believed in, things we trusted, things that we took for granted are sort of rumbling away, falling away, and just keep moving forward and keep being present in the moment, but not being drained down that rabbit hole of despair and, oh, it's the end of the world. It's the end of the world how we know it. Yeah, the end of that old kitchen and the new to come. And in between, it's that shaking up that, yeah, where we just have to center ourselves, clear our energies, and stay in that, yeah, in our hearts and our soul centered, and keep moving forward and trusting. I think that's the thing, to trust for better things to come. And that's really an intense time, because we feel it in our bodies, we feel it in our emotions, so much is coming up, and in our mind, the chattering, and just being centered and coming back to that book. And whenever, yeah, I feel a bit despair or too much is going on, I go back to Diana's book and read a chapter, and just calming the whole system. And it's trusting that things that fall away were not meant to be. It's like, yeah, in a way, it's also a bit of grief, like when you were in a relationship and that ended, and like when my marriage ended, and for me it was like, okay, we will be together till the end of days, and then it ended. And it's that, oh no, but how can we get back together? It's sort of like that old belief that we were meant to be together, and then over time realizing that it wasn't meant to be, and accepting that, and moving forward into the new, into that life without this partner, and learning to live your own life for me. And looking back now, I realized, it's so good it ended in a way, but back then it felt like it's the worst thing that ever happened to me and my children. But growing from it, and I think this is also that part of things fall away, things crumble, and it happens for people in different ways. Like, yeah, a relationship ends, maybe you lose a job, uh, maybe you have to move away, or anything that you feel like this is it now, sort of falls away. And coming back to that trust that, okay, if it ends, it wasn't meant to be. And just connecting to that trust in your heart, and that, or something comes to a natural end
Cycle.
of a cycle, it's that part. And it's the golden future, it says, I mean, this is such a gorgeous word, golden future, the golden light. And for you and me, Janet, I know, just living a life from our heart and soul, where we are all connected, where we have deep compassion for every living being, and look after earth, that we live with earth, and we are more conscious of what's going on around us, and yeah, that compassion for each other, and understanding us on a different level. Like, we don't need to talk, we understand in just, in thoughts and everything. And that's so important, having that new understanding. And we know already that we are all connected, that we are all one. But truly, feeling it, understanding it from everyone is amazing.
absolutely, Caroline. I mean, the feeling of it is amazing. I mean, this morning when I took my dog out for a walk, you just maybe heard her a moment ago. I keep saying she's like my little golden dog because when we're out in the light, she's sort of almost like it looks golden. This morning we were up really early and we went out, and the sun was just sitting like a golden ball in the sky, and there were just little birds, tweeting in the trees, and there was like a little mini rainbow just coming through. And at one end, actually, you could still see the moon. And it was like, I was like looking around and it was so quiet and calm. And I knew we were coming to talk about this today. And I thought, this is the golden future. This feels like it because it just felt so beautiful, so relaxed. And I thought, oh, it really was gorgeous. And I mean, if I hadn't my dog, I wouldn't have been out to see that this morning. So it is amazing. And when you read Diana's book, she talks and she has this nice sort of description of what the new golden age will look like. And I think for Caroline and I, we both definitely buy into it because it really does appeal to us, the fact that it's more relaxed. It's not as structured in the way that we have to conform to so many regulations and rules and be put into boxes. And it's no longer like that. It's a more flowing way of living. And that I have to say that really appeals to me, is the fact that it's a more gentle way of being, where people are supporting each other. And she's off again. I don't know what she's barking.
He agrees.
But it's just more relaxed, and none of this is sort of like, as you say, everything has to be just perfectly. So you have to buy the latest this. You have to. It won't be like that. It would be just more community and community supporting each other, and that sort of like being together, but being able to do your own thing within that. And it's that lovely thing of totally belonging and fitting in and not having to pretend to be something you're not. And that just really touches my heart and soul. Really does.
Yeah, that community, that like-minded souls, that everybody is truthful, and we get the feel and no one has to pretend, or there's no better or worse. We can just explore who we are. We can do the things we love. We can help each other. I think for me, when I had children, it was really tough because, you were there for the children 24/7. You had to do grocery shopping, you had to do cooking, you had to clean the house, you had to, laundry, all of that, all on your own. Sometimes you even work as well. And I really miss that support. And then I felt like I remember, and I think it wasn't always great, but when you lived in a several generational home, you had grandparents, you had siblings or in-laws, and you could share the task. Maybe one mom was cooking, another one was maybe grocery shopping, another one would do the laundry, and one would be there to look after the children. And I thought that would be awesome. That would have been something I truly loved, and just helping each other out. And I feel that's what's coming, that we are all here for each other, and we are all really living our gifts. And when I think about the golden future, I always, because I love healing, I love holding the space, and I see myself, she even speaks about having healing centers, but being with people, touching their legs and just holding them in that beautiful energy, and maybe not even doing great healing work, but just holding that space and letting that energy go through the people, and just doing that. And I kind of think I could do that all day long, from one person to the next. And it would be great then to meet, at the place with like-minded people where we could all eat together and exchange and share about the good things of the day, or and just that community. Because
Yeah.
as empaths, as introverts, we often feel we're the odd one out and
Mhm.
don't fit in. And if it's just a community where you could just relax into it, where you don't have to pretend you're very extroverted or whatever, and have really heart to heart discussions about the things we could improve, or who needs help, or it's like, I think it was a little bit like this. I mean, no, not to compare, but when the pandemic hit, people were looking after their neighbors, where my mom lived. Neighbors would call her and say, I'm going grocery shopping. Do you need anything? And I think that's the kind of support that comes then really from the heart, that we look after our eldest, after our youngest, after everybody that needs that extra nurturing, loving support. And
Mhm.
yeah, growing things naturally, locally, having beautiful soil, crisp air, fresh water, and not having to rely on pesticides or long transport, or not knowing what pollution is in the water or the air, but just having that just pure energy, and helping us, and trusting and connecting to that energy, really, yeah, feeling grounded, feeling connected and part of earth, and not like,
Yes.
you're here, how can we exploit it? And just being gentle with everything, with the animals, with the trees, with everything we have. And I think also that gratitude. And like you said, I mean, March and April has been quite intense, and only now looking back, I truly see how, yeah, I mean, my dog was sick for a long time. Luckily, she's better, but I had to get up 2, 3 times a night. I was exhausted. I was just keep going, and last week our cat passed away, and it has been quite a journey. And yesterday and today, I allowed myself to be extra gentle. I allowed myself to have that space I needed, and the energies have been gentler. They're supporting us, and I hope that each of our viewers and listeners can create some extra gentle, nurturing time for themselves. If it's just 5 minutes to tune in, or like you, Janet, go for a walk, and just feeling the beauty around us, and that gentleness, that those energies that have been really gentle, and opening up, and breathing in that golden light, that fresh energy that is supporting us, that is nurturing us, that feels that deep compassion for ourselves and everyone around us, and knowing everyone has their journey. And I know many of us have had quite a rocky few weeks and months and letting things fall away. So come back to your heart and your soul and create that space for you. Truly nurture yourself, and it needs that time. I don't know, it's just that extra nurturing time is calling us. And yeah, there's still a couple of years till 2032, and of course it will continue to 2050. She says in the book, I don't know whether I'll be still there by then, but we are. And that's, I think, when I first got this book, I think it was last autumn or something, came out, maybe October. When I opened it and read it, I thought, okay, yes, this is my purpose. Because she said, now the light workers are called in. We are here to hold that vision. And I felt, okay, yes, I've been waiting for that. For years I've struggled. I lived my purpose. I love helping women, to connect to the love within and feel worthy and good enough. But that's the higher calling, that to just share that light, be the light, and help the world, help humanity through that time.
Absolutely agree with you. I mean, we're both feel called to this purpose, and it's both hit home for us both. And one of the reasons again that we're doing this, because we feel that it is part of our soul mission on this earth, our soul purpose. And it's such an important thing to be involved in, because the world, I think a lot of us are saying there's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of things that we're starting to become aware of, that we're starting to look and go, is that a lie? Are we being told the truth, or whatever's going on? And I mean, I know for a long time that sort of frightened me and scared me. And then sort of stepping away from that, I thought that we did the show on acceptance, accepting the things that you can't change. And but what you can change, and one of the things you could change was, how I feel. And every day I look for the small little golden nuggets. Let's call them the little golden nuggets out there. And this morning it just was the birds singing and the sun. It can be the flowers. It can be just anything that you can just like almost like pluck it and put it into your heart and soul, to bring that sort of golden energy of love and joy back in there to raise your vibrational energy. And that's why it's important when we talk about vibrational energy, because this is raising you up to that higher dimensional energy. So it really all works together. So everything that we've been talking about is all leading to this. So, if you're only just connecting with us now and listening to this episode, please go back and listen to previous episodes, because we do cover so much of important things for this shift, this change of what's going on, and trying to support you as well to go through this process if you feel called to it as well. It is, I know myself, because it's about 4 years ago, I had a really turbulent time, and I had, thanks to Caroline, helping me to reconnect with my heart and then getting back down to my soul. And I have to say, I see the world now in a different way, and shifting that perspective of how you look at things and how you allow things to affect you, and it is completely different. I mean, sometimes we fall back into the old ways, and we have to remind ourselves that, oh, okay, no, that's what's happening, and I need to kind of do a little shift or a retake or reframe. And right now, I can safely say is that, like the walk this morning, it felt like I've already entered the golden age. And if this was what it feels like, I want to be part of it, because it was just such a beautiful, beautiful experience. I will have to share a photograph that I took this morning so that you can get an idea of what it was like. But yeah, there's so much magic. So I call it soul magic, so mad in this world. And sometimes you just have to like kind of clear the debris of everything else to find it. And when you do find it, you know, you go, wow, look at that. And it really changes things for you. But I think we're all on a journey, and that journey does involve us having to do work. We all have the work to do on ourselves, and we are here to help you. We are here to help you.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not always a straight path. And yeah, holding on to that feeling of that gentleness, that compassion, that beauty, you know, like, yeah, reminding ourselves it's out there, because it's so easy. I mean, for me as well, sometimes, you know, just going down and, oh, everything is so bad, it's not good. And returning to that vision. And I think our next episode will be about holding the vision. It's so important, and holding in the belief and coming back to what we want, you know, and treasuring the golden nuggets, the moments we have, and yeah, just holding our space, clearing our energy, and centering on our heart and soul. And I think that becomes more important every day. And yeah, we have it all within. We can connect to the magic, to the beauty, the golden future every day. And we are in this together. And we can go the soul-led path, the heartfelt life. And yeah, navigate this life towards a golden future, or having that golden future already here in the here and now. I think it's about connecting to that many times a day.
Absolutely. It's like plugging in.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, and also, I mean, this is the book by Diana Cooper, and she also created gorgeous cards. I mean, podcast listeners won't see it, but it's the Golden Future Oracle cards by Diana Cooper. And I just love to pick a card for us all here. So this is the one, and it is actually the last card, because it's a 44 card deck, and it's group consciousness and embrace oneness. And it's absolutely beautiful. If you don't see it, it's really gorgeous souls gathering in a circle with the gorgeous sun shining a golden light, embracing them all. They're all aligned, all the chakras deeply colorful, and we are all one. And do the best for yourself. Connect to your heart and soul. You do it for yourself, and you help others along the way. So, sending you all so much love. And if you have any questions, reach out. We're all in this together, remember. Thank you so much for being here, and see you again next week.
Thank you. Love and light blessings, everyone.